Hello, are you there? Hi
Yes,
guys.
teacher.
So what are you having for tonight? Do you have anything special for tonight? Jessica?
Yes, just dinner.
Some dinner? Mexican food or American?
Yes, pozole.
Pozole. Oh, that's great. What about the rest? Are you having any Mexican food? Are you making a party? Uh,
Yes, with my family.
what kind of party, Jessica? The other Jessica. Okay, guys, so last class we were revising this modal verbs. So it was for homework modal verbs. Modal verbs, no, sorry, phrasal verbs. Phrasal verbs with take and put, right? As it says here, use dictionary, complete the sentences with phrasal verbs take and put, okay? I'll play the listening so you can check answers and we are going to analyze in a bit, yeah? These expressions, okay? So listen, pay attention, and double check your answers. Remember, they are in different tenses, not
5.12.
in infinitive forms, but in different tenses, okay?
Phrasal verbs with take and put. 1.
I expect the stores will be taking on a lot of extra staff during the sales.
Yeah, I hate the sales. It's such a scrum, no matter how many people they employ.
2.
The news was such a shock to me, I couldn't take it in at first.
Why? What on earth happened?
3.
The business really took off after the new manager took over.
I know. A good manager makes all the difference to a company.
4.
You called me a liar. How dare you? Take that back and say sorry.
I will not. You did lie. That chocolate was meant for me.
5.
Why don't we put some music on? What would you like?
Something to help us relax. It's been a long day.
6.
The disgusting smell of the cheese put me off eating my sandwich.
I like smelly cheese, especially with fruit, a ripe peach or nectarine, but not in a sandwich.
7.
Could you put away all your clothes, please? Your room's a total mess.
Oh, not now, Mum. I'm in the middle of a game. I'll do it later. Promise.
8.
There was a fire in the factory. It took nearly 50 firefighters to put out the blaze.
Goodness, was anybody hurt?
All right, so there were like many conversations, talking, well, having a chat, right? So we analyze the first one. I expect the stores will be taking, yeah, it has to be ing because it says future continuous, will be taking on a lot of extra stuff. So I will only tell you once, yeah, won't tell you once. So please, well, take some notes or write the meaning of this. Taking on is hiring, yeah, hiring. Hiring, that means that they hire more staff, no more workers. Hiring in this case, take on. The news was such a shock to me, so I couldn't take it in at first. Like it was like, you know, in this case, too much, no? It was too much information for your brain, like I couldn't take in it, so I couldn't handle in. Yeah, handle in would be a synonym, no? So the business took off after the new manager took over. Yeah, took off. That means that there was like more popularity. Yeah, so it was low, so it increased popularity in that case. So it wasn't so popular, so it took off. After the new manager took over, that means that was put in charge. Would be like a synonym, no? Took off after the manager took over, was put in charge. Also, increasing popularity would be like it became more famous, no? It became more famous. And finally, you call me a liar. How dare you? How dare you take that back? It's literal, no? In this case, it's literal. Take that back. So don't say that again. Don't say that again. It's another way to say that. Take that back. Don't say that again. All right. Perfect. So let's go. Let's move on to the next ones. Why don't we put some music on? In this case, put on, it is play. Play some music. Play some music. The disgusting smell of cheese put me off eating my sandwich. In this case, like it make me feel horrible. Yeah. Or like I was disgusted. Yeah. Or in that case, put me off would be like to abandon, no? Kind of abandon, no? In that case. Like you don't want it because of the smell. Yeah? You abandon your sandwich or you put it away. No? Could you put away all your clothes? In this case, organize, yeah, or remove your clothes, put away, remove. And finally, there was a fire, put out the blaze. Blaze is when there is like a lot of fire, so extinguish. With water, no? Put out. Sometimes with water, sometimes with dust. Put out, extinguish. Okay. Any more questions about this vocabulary, guys?
No, teacher.
No. Okay. So just remember them. Phrasal verbs. If you don't know its meaning, I highly recommend looking them up in a dictionary. Yeah. The more you look them up, the better for you. And actually, if you look them up in a dictionary, they give you more examples, no? More examples, and they give you more, how can I say, more definitions, no? Not only one. Okay, so we're going to put a standby in this page, so we're not doing it. So instead, we're gonna start with a new unit, which is unit 6, the introduction and the first page. Yeah. Later on, we will be back to the workbook and we'll practice more future tenses. No? Make it a big. Yeah, that's the unit's topic. Yeah, our language is expression for quantity. Yeah, so it should be easier vocabulary words with variable stress, everyday English, business expressions, and numbers. So this is like a very light unit, yeah, I would say. Scandi success, that's the reading, advertisements for the listening, and writing, report writing, okay? So that would be for our unit 6, okay? Then we have Michael Leboeuf. He is mentioning a quote. It says, well, first of all, look at the pictures. Yeah, have you seen the pictures? What animal is it?
It's a fish.
It's a fish. What's it doing? What's it doing?
It's flying. It's extreme, no, but it's flying.
It's kind of flying, no?
Or jumping.
Or jumping.
Jumping.
What are those called? What are those called? How do you say? Peceras? Yeah, that's who would be your homework. How do you say peceras? Fish, home, maybe? No. There's gotta be a name for it. Yeah. Well, this quote says, can you help me reading, Monica? Is Monica here?
Yes, I'm here, teacher. Yes, I can read. Number 1.
No, this are satisfied.
A satisfied customer is the best business strategy of all. Michael Leboeuf.
Michael.
Number 1. Look at the photos. Is it natural urge to always want more? Is it a positive thing? Why not? Number 2. Read the quote. Why is this the best strategy? How do companies sometimes forget this? Which companies do you think get it right? How?
Okay, so those are the questions, no? Think about like if it were a company slogan, a company photo, yeah? Is this a positive thing, the photo and the quote? Obviously, we know that the fish would like to have a bigger home, because where it is now, it is really tiny, yeah? So he wouldn't like to be in middle size. There's a name of that, but I can't remember. Fishnet? No. But anyways, So is it a positive thing to want more?
I don't think.
Yeah. Okay, Damian, you say
that
you don't think so?
because, for example, the average breaks the back.
Okay. And what do you think, Jessica? You say yes, right?
Yes, I think a little bit of ambition is fine. Maybe not too much, but wanting more is not bad.
Okay. All right. So what is the best strategy? How do companies sometimes forget this? So think about the new products that are out, no? For example, the new iPhone 13 or new cars that are coming. So is it right about this?
Yes, because the customer would come back to buy more.
So what's the strategy that they use besides a satisfied customer? Think as if you were Apple, as if you were Tesla, as if you were a big company. Any other strategies, any other tips to get more satisfied customer? Come on,
I think
guys.
the pandemic is changing all, and the enterprises must to change quickly because the market left these companies, and maybe the companies will have troubles, economic troubles, and maybe it's possible to disappear now.
Yeah, but in which way they are changing its strategies?
I think to stay closer to the needs of the people.
Okay, to people's needs. Thank you. What other strategy? Well, we have Litzy, Sarai, Jessica, Elizabeth. Aha. Hello. Come on, guys. We're almost about to finish the class. We haven't gone so far. Why is that? Hello, are you there? No?
What was the question, teacher?
What can be a strategy for companies to get a satisfied customer? What do they do in order to have a satisfied customer?
For example, the idea that the customer always has the reason.
Has the right, right?
Adding more services to the product, or changing the I forgot what I'm going to say. Adding more services to the product.
Okay, call centers, warranties, no? Having a good communication between customers, other enterprises, and well, solving their issues. No? That's where they satisfy a happy customer, and obviously they buy you more, or they stay with your brand. No, they stay in that brand. Okay, guys, so let's watch a video about the introduction of this unit. Here, pay attention, please.
Welcome to Unit 6. This unit considers the personalities and strategies of entrepreneurs and how people have come up with ideas, used advertising techniques, and invested time and money to start and grow successful businesses. Listen to people talking about what goes into making a successful business and where they see the future.
So I think the ideal kind of company to invest in, for me, would be one that is an ethical company, but that also is going to be profitable so that I can see some return on my investment.
I'd like to invest money in a company that is doing something new and different rather than getting caught up in corporate legislation and ideas of what they think people want.
At the moment, I would say pretty much anything tech related. There's a lot of focus in areas relating to kind of border security, fintech as well. So there's a lot of companies out there that are doing good things, but there are also, because there are so many companies, quite a few that aren't going to be doing anything really. So it's more about picking and choosing carefully. Traditionally, bigger companies are a more stable investment, and it's a lot less risk, but possibly lower return.
I like to invest money in companies where the management of the company have a stake in the business, where they're not playing with just my money, they're playing with their own money as well. And so that gives the best guarantee that you can get that their interests and mine as an investor are aligned.
Well, I'd like to invest in somebody that did something for the environment, got rid of all the plastics and that sort of thing, and benefit society. But as for specific ones, I don't really know, but something that did generally good for everybody. So, yeah.
Something either public health related or sustainable energy related, I think. Ideally both. Well, I'm interested in public health. Claire and I are both doctors, so that's passions of ours, making affordable, equitable healthcare. And obviously climate change and health are big interests as well, so sustainable energy is an interest area of mine. I think it's important.
I think the ingredients for starting a successful business are having a good idea for a product or a service, and then making sure that you can deliver it to customers, making sure you've got the financial backing, and to have the perseverance to see it through.
I think confidence is a big one, also money, and not being afraid.
Well, first up, there's the aspect of actually having a good idea. Then there's also the aspects of good funding, good backing, well thought out plan. By having a well thought out plan that you can demonstrate to investors, you will tend to get a lot more confidence and probably also find yourself in a better position. And the other thing is just kind of motivation and drive, really. If you've got an idea, at times it will be tough to realise that and create a successful business, but then after working through those difficult patches, you will probably tend to find yourself in an area of success.
For a successful business, you've got to have the passion and drive to know what it is you're trying to achieve, what you're trying to deliver, and how you're going to deliver it at a price that the customer's going to pay.
Well, yeah, patience. Maybe good at manipulating, because you have to get your way, you have to get your ideas through, and you're going to do that through both being giving people what they want and getting what you want in back and stuff. Yeah.
I think you have to have a lot of tenacity. You have to put yourself out there and go and find things and keep at it, really, and keep trying, really, to promote yourself and promote your business, really.
I'm not a business woman, but I would say being friendly, having a good product, and making it look enticing.
I think first and foremost, you need a business plan. I mean, you need to know what you're going to make, who you're making it for, who you're going to sell it to, how much it costs, how much you can charge, and therefore what money you can make. I think the most successful people I've worked with have been people who really believe in the product or the service that they're making and selling. I think you need to be flexible, and I think you need to be determined.
So, all right, it was all about businesses, investing money, and well, the idea, no, of how companies have been successful, and well, what they've been through and what they can do in order to be a better company or in order to have more satisfied customers. If you are interested in this kind of thing, there is there are some TV shows which are called Black Shark, something like that, where they present a product. They already have like a small, medium company selling products that are unique and good quality, and they present it to these investors, businessmen, well, businessmen and businesswomen. And well, basically you invite them in order to invest on you so you can be more successful and get profit from them. And obviously they're going to get their profit. Yeah. So you are sharing your business and your company and sharing your products. Kind of this idea of selling the best quality product. So I highly recommend watching them. There's one here in Mexico, Black Shark. Also, there is one. The other day I was watching the British one. So it's a good idea to, in order to practice your English. I'll look for them. I'll share the videos. It's a kind of a TV show. It has season 1 and things like that. Okay. All right, so before we go, we'll test your grammar, underline the words so that you can go with the expression of quantity. Yeah, we have a lot of quantity expressions here. So it says here, underline the word that can go with the expression of quantity. Sometimes there is more than one possibility. It can be 2, 3 possibilities. Yeah, so try to do it in each chunk. Yeah. A few, not many, several, very little, not much, a bit of, a lot of, enough, hardly any. All right. And in a minute, we will talk about that. Okay? We will talk about how to do it yourself, so we can check. I was looking for this TV show, but I don't know how it is called in this British TV series, but in Mexico it's called Black Shark. Yeah, I don't know. The other day I found it on Facebook, and I said, oh my God, I should have said that. But I'm going to try to look for it again, and I'll share with you. Okay.
Teacher, I think the name is Shark Tank.
Shark Tank, yes, exactly. But Black Shark, no. Shark Tank, thank you. Have you watched that?
Yes, sometimes.
Yeah, Shark Tank, thanks. It is the UK version. Yeah. Dragon's Den. Dragon's Den. It's the British show. I'll share that. Thank you. Thank you, Jessica. Okay, in the meantime, we revise. So underline the words. A few what? What is possible here?
A few difficulties.
And failures. Exactly. Difficulties and failures. Only those. Not many what?
Problems.
Problems. Plans.
Plans.
And plans. Several
Times.
only times.
Emails and people.
Emails and people. Very, very little what?
Time.
People.
Are you sure, people?
Confidence.
And confidence.
And room, but not people. But not people. Not much what?
Work.
Employment.
Is that it? And success. A bit of what?
Energy, enthusiasm.
Enthusiasm. Okay. A bit of luck, a bit of fun. Fun, difficult. A lot of, yes, enthusiasm, energy, children, girls. Enough?
Food.
Only that?
Food.
Is that it?
Cutlery.
Cutlery, is that it? Is that it? All of them. Cutlery, eggs, food, knives. Hardly any. What?
What's mean cutlery? Excuse me.
Forks, spoons, and knives in general.
Okay, thank you.
Utensilios.
Yeah.
Hardly any. Hardly any. Yeah, is that it?
Problems.
Is that it? Yeah, and friends as well. As you can see, you can use all of them with these quantifiers. All of those are called quantifiers, no? I'll explain very quickly, no? The first list, we use them with plural, countables, difficulties, failures, something that we can count, yeah? The second one, very little, not much, a bit of, it's for uncountables, no? Uncountable, something that you can't count. And the last list is for both countables and not countables. So basically you can use it for every word that you can imagine. Yeah. So that's why the 4 were possible. So you have a brief explanation here. The same that I said. Wait. I don't know what happened to my mouse. But it is the same explanation, no? So have you ever heard about Elon Musk? Who is Elon Musk or Elon Musk? I'm not sure about his pronunciation. Who is this guy?
A businessman, engineer, and a lot of different.
Is one of the richest man or the wealthiest man alive. No,
No, I think it's the second one.
Well, what I mean, one of the thousands, one of the thousands. No? Yes. What companies has he got? Any ideas?
A lot. Tesla.
PayPal, I think, like he created.
Yes, Tesla, PayPal, among others. No, now that it's kind of a NASA, but it isn't NASA. It's space. Yeah, something. But they have trips to the space. No? Exactly. He's a well-known entrepreneur or businessman and inventor. No, what do you know about him? Well, we already said it. As you can see, well, he's got his own rockets. I would like to die on Mars, just not on impact. Yeah, just not on impact. And then we have the Tesla Roadsters, they are electric cars. That means that they don't use petrol. Yeah, they haven't got any petrol. They just use electricity. You charge them. Yeah. So they don't pollute. Obviously, they don't pollute air. You don't need any liquid here because you can have it for 1 million pesos. If you are interested in buying one Tesla car, you can buy it here. Yeah, but it's a lot of money. But it's like an invest, no? Because you won't pay verification, you won't check these, you know, these gases, gas emissions, or well, petrol, of course, and other things. Yeah. It's one of the main advantages of having an electric car. And then, well, we have seen some videos about space tourism. So he's done it. So far, there were 3, but now it's prohibited. I don't know what happened with this guy, but the government prohibited his trips to space, no? Then we have here some quotes. What does it say, Sarai? Can you read? I think that's... Sarai, are you there? Okay. Yes, Sarai? We hear you or we don't hear you? Elizabeth, can you read before our time finishes?
Yeah,
I think
I think that's the single best piece of advice. Constantly think about how you could be doing things better and questioning yourself. Elon Musk.
Yeah, Elon Musk, or Elon Musk, I don't know how to write. Okay, it says here, complete the questions about Elon, take turns and ask them with a partner. Obviously, we haven't got the questions. In this case, how much is known about his early life? Yeah, what was it like? You can ask about that. It's about much, many, or other quantifiers. No, for example, here the second one would be how much discipline was there in his childhood. No? How did he live in South Africa? How long? No? Or how many years? Or in that, you can say that. No? Here, how many days did he spend on doing a PhD, yeah, postdoctorate. How much? The next one, yeah. How much did it take him become successful? Okay, guys, can you connect again, please? Because we're about